Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen where it all started, and now, very importantly, to share his thoughts on this wonderful occasion, please join me in welcoming onto stage the chairman of the Aditya Birla Group, Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla, to address us.
The Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, distinguished guests of the Thai and Indian governments, my colleagues from the Aditya Birla Group, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and a very warm welcome to our Golden Jubilee celebrations here in Bangkok. It is a very proud and emotional moment for my family and for me to have India's most respected and most iconic leader grace such a momentous occasion for the Aditya Birla Group. It has been my pleasure to have known Modi ji for the last 20 years. Let me share an anecdote that I believe defines him. 2 months after he was sworn in as the Prime Minister in his first term, I met him at his residence. It is quite expected for any new Prime Minister to revamp the house according to their taste. New furniture, artwork, upholstery, etc. This time, however, it was different. Nothing had changed, everything was the same. 7 Racecourse Road had not been modified, or as we call it in India, modified. I instinctively asked him, "Sir, how come nothing has changed?" He laughed and pat came his reply. "Do you redo the compartment when you board a train? I'm here as a passenger, on a journey with a purpose." That one remark defines to me our Prime Minister. Unaffected by the trappings of power and undiluted in his focus on the greater good for India. His journey from small town, humble beginnings to the topmost office in the country has kindled hope in millions of Indians, especially the youth, who now dare to dream of a future beyond what was ordained by the circumstances of their births. His journey has been defined by 4 hallmark traits: bold ambition, swift and decisive execution, an inclusive vision, and uncompromising ethics. 6 years ago, he made an effortless transition from the Chief Minister's chair to the Prime Minister's office in what was a defining moment for Indian modern history. He has now laid out an aspirational vision for a $5 trillion Indian economy. More so, he has transformed India's global stature by engaging on an equal basis with world leaders and by wearing the Indian colors on his sleeve with pride. His incredible energy and unwavering commitment to development has invigorated 1.3 billion people. In his own inimitable style, he has also changed the paradigm of connecting with the citizens of India. His appeal now cuts across demographics, and his persona is such that he never seems too distant from the common man. For him, the pursuit of economic development is not just a matter of governance, but a national movement. As an example of the Give It Up campaign, more than 10 million households in India instantly and voluntarily gave up their subsidy on cooking gas, to which every Indian is entitled, thereby enabling this subsidy to be directed to 80 million poor households. By sheer force of character and impeccable personal credentials, he has raised the standards of probity in public life, made honesty a calling card, and rectitude a desirable virtue for individuals and corporations alike. The Aditya Birla Group's global expansion is also predicated on similar foundations of audacious ambition, decisive execution, inclusivity, and integrity. In July 1969, the US space program planted that memorable step on the lunar landscape that signaled the unshackling of our terrestrial bonds. It provided the inspiration for the next half-century of space exploration. In that same year, my father, Shri Aditya Vikram Birla, too, took an audacious moonshot. In a business environment in India, marred by draconian controls and stifling regulations, he took a giant leap. A giant leap not just for his own business, but also for all of Indian business. He made a pioneering foray and he embraced globalization. 22 years before globalization even became a part of our vocabulary back in India. He looked to overseas invest, and Thailand welcomed him with open arms. The distance between Delhi and Bangkok was and is just 4,000 kilometers, but this journey was not about the distance. It was about breaking barriers, stretching the limits of possibility, and unleashing the entrepreneurial Indian energy. It was the first overseas investment by any Indian industrialist ever. He took great pride in having led pioneering efforts in this part of the world. He was the first to set up plants in the domains of visco-staple fiber, industrial and food phosphates, acrylic fiber, hydrogen peroxide, sulfides, epoxy, and chloralkali. This journey would have not been possible without the unflinching support of the Thai kingdom. The last 50 years have continuously reinforced the richness of Thai talent and the support of the Thai government for business. We feel proud of having been a part of this engine of growth for Thailand's development. Our commitment to this country of smiles is demonstrated by the $2 billion of investment that we have made here over the years. Our group locally employs about 4,000 people, 759 of which have spent over 25 years with the group. This exceptional work ethic of the entire team here and the constancy of purpose has helped shape this glorious milestone. I doff my hat to this splendid team. Development needs to be inclusive and not just motivated by the profit objective. We believe we fulfill our role as a responsible corporate citizen when we provide local communities with an enabling ladder that helps them climb towards self-sufficiency and then prosperity. The Aditya Birla Knowledge Center in Saraburi, for example, has trained thousands of people, many of whom are gainfully employed today. The Thai government, in particular, the Board of Investment, which is headed by the Prime Minister himself, has been a hugely supportive partner in our journey. We have also received tremendous support from the business and financial community here in Thailand. Our partners who have been our family in this country, they trusted us when we were new and relatively unknown here in Thailand. During our Silver Jubilee celebrations here, my father called Thailand our second home. 25 years now, and it still feels like a home away from home. Khab Khun Pratyet, Thailand. Thank you, Thailand. Our success in Thailand has acted as a springboard for our global ambitions over the last 25 years. Today, we operate in 36 countries, spread across 6 continents, with over 120,000 employees from 42 nationalities powering our growth globally. Over half of our turnover of $40 billion comes from operations outside of India. We believe that in our own little way, we play a part in putting India on the global business map. I feel deeply privileged and immensely proud, therefore, that we are celebrating our 50th anniversary in the presence of someone who is a true global champion, who has enabled India to take a quantum leap in the embrace of globalization. In a short span of only 6 years, Prime Minister Modi has dramatically raised India's stature globally. The color of the Indian passport may still be blue, but you can feel its weight in gold today. Under his leadership, we have witnessed a real and lasting transformation in people's mindsets and aspirations. His exhortation to the young, be a job creator, not just a job seeker, has captured the imagination of India's millennials. It has spawned a startup revolution in the country. India now boasts of the third largest startup ecosystem in the world after the US and China. We are today a far more confident and assertive nation that is willing to take big bets and is unafraid of failure. His compassionate embrace to the chief of the Indian Space Research Organization after a setback in our lunar mission was touching. It was a reminder of the belief that he has in the ability of the country's institutions to deliver great things. Days later, we witnessed an impromptu lap of honor in Houston with US President Trump that was a source of great pride for all of us. In 2 weeks, he demonstrated to us and to the world the power and the confidence of a new India. Another striking feature of PM Modi's administration today is the ability of his government to move with speed and at scale. For example, with an aim to provide universal access to banking services, over 340 million bank accounts have been opened in just 5 years as part of the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. 340 million. That's equal to the population of the USA. The total deposits in these accounts have already topped a whopping 1 lakh crores or $15 billion. And how can I forget the largest cash transfer program in the world? The landmark Direct Benefit Transfer Scheme that aims to transfer government subsidies and benefits directly to bank accounts. An astounding 700 million people have benefited from this initiative. That's equivalent to the entire population of Europe minus the United Kingdom. I sometimes wonder, what does it take to bring this scale of change in a country of 1.3 billion people? And then I realize, Modi hai to mumkin hai. Everything is possible with Modi. India is transforming at a pace that is unprecedented, and there is one man leading that charge. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in applauding the man behind this transformation, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi.
हम उस देश के वासी हैं जिसने दुनिया को युद्ध नहीं बुद्ध दिए हैं, शांति का संदेश दिया है। सहते मैंने देखा है। मिट्टी के तेल की डिबरी में पढ़ाई कितनी मुश्किल होती है मुझे पता है। यही वो अनुभव थे जिन्होंने मुझे गरीबी के खिलाफ बगावत के लिए प्रेरित किया।
I see technology as a means to empower and as a tool that bridges the distance between hope and opportunity.
Good morning, America.
I'm grateful for my friendship with Prime Minister Modi. The United States has deep ties to the nation of India.
भारत ने आज अपना नाम अंतरिक्ष महाशक्ति स्पेस पावर के रूप में दर्ज करा दिया।
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor and privilege to now welcome onto the stage the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, to address us.
श्री कुमार मंगलम बिरला जी, चेयरमैन of Aditya Birla Group, respected dignitaries of the Kingdom of Thailand, members of Birla family and management, business leaders from Thailand and India, friends, namaskar, Savadi Khop. We have gathered here to celebrate the Savarna Jayanti, our golden jubilee of the global presence of the Aditya Birla Group in Swarnabhumi, Thailand. This is truly a special occasion. I congratulate the team of the Aditya Birla Group. We just heard Kumar Mangalam Birla ji talk about the commendable work the group is doing in Thailand and beyond. It is creating opportunities and prosperity for many. Friends, we are here in Thailand with whom India has strong cultural linkage, and we are marking 50 years of a leading Indian industrial business in this nation. This reaffirms my belief
that commerce and culture have inherent powers to unite. For centuries, monks and merchants ventured out to places far and wide. They have traveled far from home and mixed with many cultures. May the bonds of culture and commerce keep bringing the world closer in the times to come. Friends, I'm eager to give you a picture of some positive changes happening in India today. I say this with full confidence. This is the best time to be in India. In today's India, many things are rising and many are falling. Ease of doing business is rising and so is ease of living. FDI is rising, our forest cover is rising, the number of patents and trademarks are rising, productivity and efficiency are rising, pace of infrastructure creation is rising, number of people getting top quality health care is rising. At the same time, number of taxes are falling, tax rates are falling, red tapeism is falling, cronyism is falling, corruption is falling, the corrupt are running over for cover, middlemen in the corridors of power are history. Friends, India has seen many success stories in the last 5 years in various sectors. The reason for this is not the only governments. India has stopped working in a routine bureaucratic manner. Transformative changes are arising due to ambitious missions undertaken. When these missions are energized by the partnership of people, they become vibrant mass movements. And these mass movements achieve miracles. Things that were supposed to be previously impossible have now become possible. Coverage for basic necessities of life have reached almost 100%. Good examples for these are Jan Dhan Yojana that has ensured near total financial inclusion, and Swachh Bharat Mission, where sanitation coverage has reached nearly all households. Friends, in India, we face a big problem when it came to service delivery. That is the problem of leakages. The poor suffer most due to this. You will be shocked to know that for years, money was spent on the poor which did not really reach the poor. Our government ended this culture thanks to DBT. DBT stands for Direct Benefit Transfer. DBT has ended the culture of middleman and inefficiency. It has left little scope for error. DBT has saved over $20 billion so far. You would have seen LED lights in homes. You know that they are more efficient and energy conserving. But do you know its impact in India? We have distributed more than 360 million LED bulbs in last few years. We have changed 10 million street lights to LED lights. Through this, we have saved about $3.5 billion. Carbon emissions have reduced as well. I firmly believe money saved is money earned. Energy saved is energy generated. This money is now being used to empower millions through our equally effective programs. Friends, in today's India, the contribution of the hard-working taxpayer is cherished. One area where we have done significant work is taxation. I'm happy that India is one of the most people-friendly tax regimes. We are committed to further improving it even more. In the last 5 years, we have lowered the tax burden on the middle class considerably. We are now starting faceless tax assessment so that there is no scope for discretion or harassment. You would already have heard of India's decision to cut the corporate tax rates. Our GST has fulfilled the dream of economic integration of India. We want to work towards making it even more people-friendly. All of what I have said just now makes India one of the world's most attractive economies for investment. Friends, India received 286 billion US dollar FDI in the last 5 years. This is almost half of the total FDI in India in the last 20 years. 90% of this came through automatic approvals, and 40% of this is greenfield investment. This shows that investors are taking long-term call on India. India's growth trajectory is reflected in several ratings. We are among the top 10 FDI destinations as per UNCTAD, moved up 24 places on the Global Innovation Index of WIPO in 5 years. But there are two of them I want to talk about specially. India has jumped 79 places in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking in 5 years. From 142 in 2014, we are 63 in 2019. This is a massive achievement. For the third year in a row, we are among the top 10 reformers. The variables for doing business in India are many. We are large and diverse nation. There are the central, state and local governments. In such a context, a directional shift shows our commitment to reforms. The people and government came together to make the business environment better. Friends, the other is India's improved ranking in the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index. From 65 in 2013, we are ranked 34 in 2019. This jump is among the biggest. The number of foreign tourist arrivals have also gone up by 50%. All of you know very well that a tourist will not go to a place until he or she finds comfort, convenience, and safety. Thus, if we are getting more tourists, it means that our efforts on the ground are bearing fruits. The fact that India has better roads, better air connectivity, better cleanliness, and better law and order is bringing the world to India. Friends, these rankings come after looking at the impact of transformation. These rankings are not a forecast. They are a manifestation of what has already happened on the ground. Friends, India is now pursuing another dream to become a $5 trillion economy. When my government took over in 2014, India's GDP was about $2 trillion. In 65 years, 2 trillion. But in just 5 years, we increased it to nearly $3 trillion. This convinces me that the dream of a $5 trillion economy will soon become a reality. We are going to invest $1.5 trillion for next generation infrastructure. Friends, if there is one thing I'm especially proud of, it is India's talented and skilled human capital. No wonder India is among the world's largest startup ecosystems. India is one of the largest and fastest growing markets for digital consumers. There are 1 billion smartphone users and more than 500 million internet subscribers. We are keeping pace with Industry 4.0 and working actively to adapt technology for fulfilling development and governance needs. With all these advantages, we aspire to emerge as a global manufacturing hub. Friends, Thailand 4.0 focuses on transforming Thailand into a value-based economy built on science, technology, innovation, and creativity. It is also compatible with, and complementary to India's priorities. India's initiatives such as Digital India, Skill India, Ganga Regeneration Project, Swachh Bharat Mission, Smart Cities, and Jal Jeevan Mission offer good opportunities for partnerships. Friends, when India prospers, the world prospers. Our vision for India's development is such that it also leads to a better planet. When we are looking at giving top quality and affordable health care to 500 million Indians through Ayushman Bharat, it will naturally lead to a healthier planet. When we decide to eliminate TB in 2025, 5 long years before the global target of 2030, it will surely strengthen the global fight against TB. At the same time, we are sharing our success and best practices with the world too. Our South Asia satellite is helping so many people in our region, especially students and fishermen. Friends, in the spirit of our Act East policy, we are paying special attention to enhance connectivity with this region. Direct connectivity between ports on Thailand's west coast and ports on India's east coast, such as Chennai, Visakhapatnam, and Kolkata, will enhance our economic partnership. We must take advantage of all these favorable factors. We must take advantage of our geopolitical proximity like our forefathers did. Friends, given that our economies are capable and complement each other, given the commonality in our cultures, given the natural goodwill for each other, I have no doubt that we can enhance our business partnership for a win-win situation. I would like to end by saying, for investment and easy business, come to India. To innovate and starting up, come to India. To experience some of the best tourist sites and warm hospitality of people, come to India. India awaits you with open arms. Dhanyavad. Khob khun khwab. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, for those inspiring words and for gracing us with his presence.